We got Ferg Brim in the building.
Yeah.
Let them know who you are, man.
Ferg Brim, the original gangster of the hood, man. All Mobb Deep, man. Me Pack, Murder Pack, you know we in the building, man.
Yeah, you got that's the microphone right there. Yeah. Just pull that down. Yeah, exactly. You can hold that shit like you on the stage. It don't even matter.
No doubt.
And Ferg Brim is from Brooklyn, so you know that make me happy. I'm Brooklyn biased like a motherfucker.
You shit through there. You go through there?
Yeah, I love my borough. Yeah, that's good money. That's good money.
It's good.
Yeah. So we got Ferg Brim in the building.
Yeah.
Some of your people sent me some footage.
Yeah.
Of a conversation you was holding on the telephone.
Yeah.
A lot of people thought it wasn't authentic. They thought they was like, this shit is fake or whatever.
Yeah.
Let them know what took place in that conversation.
All right, that's the conversation between me and Prodigy, you know. First and foremost, if you want to challenge that Prodigy, you know, he can challenge that. He definitely won't challenge that. That's him. That's him right there. We had a phone call between me and Prodigy about, you know what I'm saying, him telling the police about some shit that, you know, never really took place, but he was trying to line me up and get me locked up. You know what I'm saying? So some officers came and they approached me and my team and they said that we was gonna be shooting Prodigy. So they didn't want us at his shows. You know what I'm saying? And they said, I said, who told y'all that? Where y'all getting this information from? They said, you know, Prodigy gave us this information. Now the officer that he started that with, you know what I'm saying, was an officer that works for him. So when I came home, I started noticing that it was police around us. You know, they looked at like they was regular dudes. They had earrings in their ears and they was having hats on and hoodies and shit. So I'm thinking he just got some security with him, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, when a problem happened between us man to man, I sent word to him, you know, that I'm not feeling him. And he went to the police dude and said, yo, Ferg gonna shoot me, he gonna shoot you. And you know this dude got a badge, you know, that he's speaking to. You know what I'm saying? So then they, you know, they came and got me. And they was like, yo, you supposed to be shooting us? I'm like, where you get this information from? They're like, we got it from Prodigy. So where did Prodigy get it? They say he gave it from a third party. You know what I'm saying? So now this shit is looking bullshit and suspect to them, you know, as well. Because, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I ain't telling nigga nothing, you know what I'm saying? I didn't say nothing. So, you know, then, you know, he threatened my cousin with that. So my cousin had to, you know, pull back from exposing him because he threatened us with the police for a while, but I waited till I caught the nigga on tape.
You don't fuck with police.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, we don't fuck with police.
Yeah, this shit's crazy.
So the whole time, the book came out.
Yeah.
You was defending the kid honor.
Yeah. Well, not for the book.
But you was you had to support the team.
Of course, I was defending.
You was loyal to the team.
Yeah, my little brother.
Yeah. So you was defending the team. When did you started seeing something ain't right over here, man, with this situation?
That's a good question right there. Yo, Pac, that's a good fucking question. That's a good question right there. When did we start seeing it? I started seeing some shit with this buster, man. It was crazy.
Hold it with your other one, because you're covering your face.
Yeah, it was, you know, I started seeing some shit.
Yeah, that hand, yep.
You know, by the time we came home, we both came home a little bit around the same time. You know, I did 15 years, he did 3 years, you know what I'm saying? So when he came home, you know, I noticed that, you know, he wasn't the same. Like, he wasn't coming outside with us, you know, he wouldn't be around nothing like, you know, some wild dudes.
Can you respect it a little bit though? Because you know,
I mean, in one sense, but what I'm saying, I'm not speaking on a keeping positive note, because I came from up north too, so I know you gotta be on the low. But what I mean is, like, literally with your partners, with your family. So he had a new type of crew around them, and they were officers. This is what I'm saying. Okay. Like, you know, so I started noticing that, like, all right, yo, where you going, son? I'm going to do a book signing. All right, I'm gonna hold you down. Where you going? Then he be like, yeah. And now I'm like, all right, come on. I come with him, and I see this guy with him, and I'm like, who this, your man? Oh yeah, you know, he cool people, you know what I'm saying? But the nigga was the fun. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, alright, something, you know, just a security dude, and he got with him, you know, big dude, workout, alright, cool, you know what I'm saying? He trying to get a couple dollars, I'm thinking. But then as I'm doing the knowledge, I'm like, yo, these dudes got badges, P. And I'm like, yo, we on a tour bus one day, and we got like 2 officers on the bus with us. So I'm like, that's ill for a hip hop group. And I'm like, yo, shut, yo, dog.
So all right, I'm gonna tell you what the fans will say. Let's play devil's advocate. The fans will say it's smarter for him to have cops around because that way you could avoid the beef and the drama and all. That's what the fans are saying. Because a lot of niggas got cops in their shit.
Yeah, a lot of dudes.
A lot of dudes got police.
And that's real shit. So in one aspect, you know what I'm saying, it's like a lot of these dudes can't handle themselves, and I understand that. You know what I mean? Some dudes need police. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I ain't got beef with. I'm not here to shoot the police up. They're here to do their job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't fuck with me. I ain't fucking with them. You know what I'm saying? So you know, some people need them. But as Mobb Deep, we never needed them. You know what I'm saying? I understand, like, you got the R&B, you know, guys, and they chilling. You heard? They're trying to get. But as a group, if you know about Mobb Deep, we never had the police with us on stage. You know, I'm an original member of Mobb Deep, and that's real talk, and this Buster will tell you himself that. You know, he said it already on his interviews, you know, Ferg is the reason for survival of the fittest, and you know how we do what we do. You know what I'm saying? He was rhyming about my life, you know what I'm saying, and shit me and Killer B was doing out here. You know, God bless Killer Black, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So, you know, when we stood on those stages, we started Mobb Deep as some tough dudes that used to get Mobb Deep. We used to get like 80 deep, and we go on the show, we beat people up, we have fun, do music, you know what I'm saying? That was us, and a lot of us had got locked up during the process, you know, for the group, and they was writing rhymes about what we was doing. Everything was a true story. Temperatures rising. That's when KB was on the run for the body, you know what I'm saying? When Prodigy was like, the Mac, he said, I ran upstairs, police bucking at me. I had the Mac, he was talking about me, jetted to the staircase on the 3rd floor. He talking about something that went down with me in the hood, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, so as a hardcore group, we really serious, and that was what we was about to the fans, you know what I'm saying? From day one, we was about reality. We used to show dudes that, you know what I'm saying? We used to show dudes how we get down, you know what I'm saying? Well, everybody just chill, you know what I'm saying? Just relax and shit. Everybody just relax and shit. Don't make it hot and shit, man. Just relax and shit, homie. So have a seat if we gonna do it. Just relax. Just everybody relax and shit.
So so he's basically round about your life.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? So, you know, basically, but not just saying that, I'm saying for the fans, as Mobb Deep, we never been a rap group that needed the police on stage with us. You know what I'm saying? We had Karate Joe. We had God, you know what I'm saying, Bless the Dead, Yammy, Yambo. You know what I'm saying? We had Ferg Brim, Killer Black, you know what I'm saying? Pack the Nero. Yeah, so we just go on stage and just rap. We ain't need the cops in. He paying extra money and shit. We like, yo, you paying all this money for the cops and shit. You could just chill with your homies, man. Ain't nobody gonna hurt you. You know what I'm saying?
So all right, let me pause this real quick. So my thing is, when did the tension start to where he started feeling uncomfortable around? Y'all started feeling uncomfortable around each other.
Well,
because y'all all go back over 20 years. You and Havoc is physical, so that don't count. But you and you had to know P for a long time.
When Havoc first brought him and shit from when he was in dance school, I knew him back then. When he came from dance school, and you know, when Havoc said, "Yo, I'm gonna take this guy." He met the guy in school. You know what I'm saying? And he brought him to the hood. Somebody that never been.
You went to art and design too?
Nah, I didn't go to art and design, but you know, my cousin, he was an architect, designer, Havoc, you know what I'm saying? So he came from the projects as a talented black kid, and he was able to go to a school with a bunch of Chinese people and all type of stuff. And Prodigy happened to be one of them, you know what I'm saying? Coming from some dance school place. And he met him, he sunned him, taught him, took him to the hood, taught him how to walk, taught him how to talk, taught him how to rap. You know, then he just became a street guy, you know? So, you know, we went for it.
So in 2012, because I don't want because I know the fans, man. I don't want the fans to say, you came home, you, Havoc's your cousin, you was jealous, you broke the group up, you drove a wedge between them. Tell them when the uncomfortability between y'all started.
Well, that shit happened when Havoc slapped the shit out the nigga. Like, that's real talk. That wasn't even nothing to do with me. If you listen to the, all right, we gonna rectify.
The audio. Listen, the audio. Does that really happen?
The audio. If you look at my audio and Havoc's audio, you'll hear what's going on. Havoc audio talking about, yo, I had to smack the shit out of P, and then you hear my audio talking to P like, I ain't know Havoc's gonna swing on you, son. You know what I'm saying? So if you do the math, what happened was, you know what I'm saying, we was in Texas, we was doing South by Southwest, and Havoc was like, yo, I'm tired of this dude, yo, like some other shit that I know sound crazy and shit, You know, this ain't nothing to do with the gay community and all of them or whatever, but you know, he had some letters that he was writing some prisoner or some shit. Y'all gonna find out about that soon, whatever. Whoa. But it was some gay shit. That's where Havoc beef was with the niggas. Okay. On some other shit. Havoc like, yo, you know, I don't even know you living like that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, they've been together for a long time.
So basically, they want some down low shit.
Yeah, on some down low shit. So, so one day we was all chilling and he must have admitted it to the nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, son, I'm fucking around, you heard? Some other shit. I don't know what the fuck. That's why I said that's another story.
The Havoc gotta tell.
That's exactly. That's not what I'm talking about. But I walked to the room with H. He said, yo, I ain't fucking with this dude. You know what I'm saying? He just slapped the shit out the nigga. And then I'm like, yo, chill, you heard? I'm trying to break it up for a minute. Like, chill, you heard? I thought we was good. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, son, what's up? I don't really know what was going on, really, at that time. Until Havoc really broke it down to me, like, nah. He said, yo, you can see the signs and everything that he's wearing. He said, all you gotta do is start looking. He's speaking up for, you know, gay hip-hop all the time. If you write gay hip-hop on YouTube, his name, one of the artists that come up, you know? He said he's representing a lot of things that, was it the image of that, you know, they came up together.
That's gonna fuck the group image up.
So, you know, he ended up slapping him, and when he came back to New York, he was gone and I didn't see him, and I was like, yo, where this dude live at? You know, we all grew up together. I'm like, yo, he moved out this little studio and shit, cause he came home living in the studio, you know what I'm saying? So when he moved out of there, he told us he lived in Jersey. So then I'm like, yo, you know, I'm not the type of dude to lie to, you know, I can find anything out, you know. People love me out here, you know, so I found out where he lived. I just came and tell him, hi, you heard? How you doing, brother? I thought you lived in Jersey. And that's when he gave the police his phone. And he, you know, he said we came to his door. He thought we was coming to shoot him. I'm like, I'm your friend, right? I just came and say hi, you heard? Well, you know, what's up, son? How you doing, you know? I thought you lived in Queens or some shit. So he ended up, you know, telling the cops that, you know, he was afraid of some shit. I don't know why, you heard? Like, we split money with
maybe because Havoc smacked the shit out of him.
But I'm thinking that's dead. I ain't you heard? So, you know, he started getting scared. He sent the police his phone. And then that's when Havoc like, yo, I can't blow this up right now. They gonna fuck with you. I'm like, they gonna fuck with me? What the fuck I got to do with that shit? So he was like, yo, son, the nigga P told me that, yo, I get your cousin locked up. You know that shit. You're going out there. He wild and all that type of shit. So Havoc went on the radio and was like, yo, that shit is dead.
So he lied just to calm the situation.
Some bullshit. So I wouldn't get in some bullshit because he was telling him like, yo, that's the nigga you fuck with. Ferg is gonna hold you down and do this and do that. So I get that nigga out the picture. So I'm not even hearing these conversations. And then the police came and talked to me. So then Havoc explaining to me everything that's going on. So I'm like, wow. I'm like, yo, this shit crazy. I'm like, so that's why I called them like, yo, son, why you gonna do that? You could have called me and asked me if I was gonna do something to you. You my little man. I would have been like, yo, son, man, you alright? I ain't gonna hurt you, you heard? But he went and told the police some shit about I'm gonna shoot him and I'm gonna shoot the police. And then Havoc explained the chess game he was playing. He trying to get me out the picture.
So as far as Ferg Brim knows, is there Mobb Deep still?
Far as we got two sides, you heard? We got the gangster side and the gay side, you heard? Prodigy on the gay side with the snitches and the bozos. Everybody that hang out with him, that's the dudes that like snitches. Cause I'm not, in jail, you gotta have paperwork on somebody to say you're snitch. So you gotta, I'm not, if you're a dumb person and you think I'm just over here bugging, I'm trying to save people in hip hop from an agent. I may come at it hardcore because that's my style, but I'm literally giving you some education here. He's an agent and he's telling the police on people and he has the officers with him. You know what I'm saying? Every show he go on, he doesn't have goons no more. And so if you if in jail, you had to have paperwork to prove your point.
That's right.
I got something more than paperwork. I got the rat on the phone himself explaining what he's doing. He's saying, the rat said on the phone, he said, because I asked him these questions on purpose, so I could save myself as well, so that they can know that I didn't tell him I was going to shoot him. I didn't want him to make the police think I'm trying to shoot him.
That could get somebody hurt though, man.
So I didn't even want him to tell the police that. So
because you could get locked up for terrorist threats.
Yeah, they're running your house and hit you.
So grab your mic. Put the mic there. So look, so what I'm trying to explain to you is that
You're doing a public service.
Exactly. I'm doing public service for myself and other brothers. Like, I didn't know You know what I'm saying? Like this nigga had some shit with me and he went to the cops until they came and talked to me about it. That's why I called him like, yo, you sent these niggas to me, son? What the fuck is you doing, son? So he like, yo, I got a threat that you was gonna do this. I'm like, yo, son, why you ain't confront me as a man and ask me if I said, you know, I was gonna shoot you?
Maybe the nigga scared of you.
Yeah, then on top of yeah, of course that.
Maybe he's scared of you.
We know he was scared because he a shook one. Everything he ever said somebody else was. Yeah. But the dude, you know, if you listen to the tape carefully, like I said, you know, I told him, I'm asking him as a man, yo, what did you say? He said, yo, I told Jay. Jay is a cop. That's why I gave you his name. You know, everybody knows who. Jay's a cop, you know what I'm saying? So he tells the cop, dude, yo, Ferg is gonna shoot. I just got word that Ferg is gonna shoot up the shows, and he said shooting police could get it too. So he went and said he trying to get gangster on me with a cop. Like, you know how you tell your man, yo, gas your man up? He tried to gas an NYPD dude on me so that these dudes could do something crooked to me or something like that. So when I went to a show to see him one day in Prospect Park, I went to go see the Buster, you heard? And I'm like, all right, you come to my hood, let me come see you, son. And then next thing you know, mad police telling me, yo, the lead, the president's of Prospect Park, get out of here. I let my homies still go up in there, my goonies still went in there. But I'm like, they like, yo, don't come over here. We don't want you around Prodigy shows. So I'm like, he really hot me up like that. And they checking to see if I got a weapon on me, that I'm supposed to be an armed and dangerous dude out here. That's what he telling them. And you know,
so now you gonna get searched at random.
Exactly.
They gonna grab you at random.
Yeah, he went into the pigs with that. And then they became so cool with each other that the police is in the beginning of his video. The same police officer, the shit they called Pretty Dog, he gave that officer, that's who he was.
Opening the cell.
So he opened the cell. I don't even know what that image is. You open the cell.
What's that about?
The cops open cells. So you got a guy in a suit open your cell, bringing you to a limo. He's working with some undercover hip-hop police that I didn't even know existed until I just came home. I heard about some crazy shit like that.
Cops.
Yeah, when I was in jail, I heard that shit. I thought, he the nigga that I heard it from, because I was watching BT when I was in Clinton, and I seen P talking about...
Yeah, because he always talk about they wanted him to snitch on 50 Cent.
Yeah, he always say they come in, and they usually come to some dude that they think weak and try to come to you for some snitching shit. So... they keep coming to him for some reason. He must look like a rat to them, he's saying. Yeah. But whatever the case may be, you know, he always would talk about the hip-hop police. So now when he came home, I start seeing a bunch of hip-hop looking dudes with badges though. You know what I'm saying? So when I was on the tour bus, I'm like, yo, these are cops. Let me be careful with, you know, them misinterpreting things I say. You know, I might have a war story to say with my fellas, but let me shut the fuck up. Pierre over here and his friends.
So right now, if you see Prodigy, you ain't got no beef with him. You just ain't fucking with him. You don't want to harm him. Let's put it on camera. You don't want to harm him.
I'm not gonna hurt you, P. I'm not gonna hurt you, P, son. You alright, son. Ain't nobody gonna hurt you, son.
And could you clarify something? The Same Shit, Different Day record.
Yeah.
It is about Prodigy.
Father's up, same shit, different day. Niggas dry snitching, writing books. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And let the people know, just in case they don't know, who are you?
I'm Ferg Brim, Havoc's cousin, his first cousin, man.
And you've been, lately you've been in all the videos, everything.
Everywhere Mobb Deep been, I've been there. You know what I'm saying? South by Southwest, you know what I'm saying? You know, Rock the Bells tour. Anywhere we been, you know what I'm saying? I've been putting my Dope Boys movement, me and Vendetta the Dope Getter, you know what I'm saying? My girl there, you know what I'm saying? We've been putting our Dope Boys, the infamous Dope Girl movement, you know what I'm saying, around, and we've been banging for them. We the ones that been holding the mob down, you know what I'm saying? Yep. But we still mob, we got the mob sound. You know how Pac said, you know, without gay ass J, well now without gay ass P. The 2012 version of this type of shit, you heard? Yeah. Mobb Deep without gay ass P.
Doggie Diamonds did this.